Okay, welcome back. Been working on polishing the new color stuff for UI. I think it's coming out pretty cool. So let me show you real quick. You hit the little plus button. You go over here. You can now scroll on this menu too, which is really nice for mobile devices by just dragging on it. Okay, so we go set UI color, and then it comes up with a little color picker. Do like that. And we can set the accent color. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but we have transparency here, because you can do weird stuff like have a see-through, like a clear interface. I don't know if that's actually useful at all. Probably more confusing than anything, but it's cool that it's there, I guess. You can do like a frosty white interface. And now also it adaptively knows, it checks if your color is lighter than a certain point, and then once it's too light, it changes all the text to black, so you still have contrast. Set the accent color here. But I don't know, maybe there should be some presets too for colors. I kind of like the darker colors. Like this could be a vampire preset, I guess. Okay, so I want to paint this guy, this very sad looking dog. A few other things that have changed, little quality of life improvements. So this icon for the pages / sketchbook menu has been changed to an actual book icon. In my opinion, it's a little weird to, it looks a little weird to me aesthetically, but it does describe what it is better than the previous icon, which was just like a generic book looking icon. So yeah, this is better. And then the menu icon has been changed to a plus. I also don't know if that's any better. I just, the hamburger icon maybe was, I don't know, it's not that descriptive. They're both, anyway, I'm just trying new things. I'm trying to make it better. Another thing that's changed is these options down here, auto size new page. And what this does is, this was a suggestion from somebody on Instagram, but basically if you set a custom size here, let's say you're doing pixel art and you want it to be like 64 by 128, super low res, right? So the annoying thing is if you make a new page, it's gonna reset the resolution to like an auto sizing resolution. So now you can say turn that off, and then when you make a new page, it should keep the same dimensions as the last one. And then also, for you guys who are doing pixel art, you notice that with the smoothing option on, it doesn't look that sharp. So you can go up here and turn off anti-aliasing, and that'll bring you back to like the raw pixels if that's what you're trying to do. Kind of like this low res version actually. Okay, let's go portrait, and then I'll start off low res today and see how that works. Maybe I can do, let me try super low res. Hey Anna, thank you. Um, glad to hear you guys are enjoying it. Make a moto pre. Oh man, that would be awesome. Ludwig, I need to do that actually. I love the moto colors. Actually, I have a Blender config that sort of rips off the Moto interface colors. I like them because they're like mid-tone. Because a lot of interfaces tend to go either really dark or really light, and for some reason they avoid the mid-tones. But I like mid-tone because it's more flexible. Like you can use it for dark art and for light art, and it still works, you know? It's more neutral, I guess. Actually, I'm gonna go for Moto. Moto is like bluish, mid-tone, somewhere around there. And then the accent color for Moto, what is the accent color? Is it like this light blue? Or is it green? Oh man, it's been too long. Forgot how Moto looks. Oh, it does have a Moto preset. That's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, right, orange. Alright, let's go for Moto. The blue color is not right, but close enough. So this version, actually I should just publish it right now, because just in case anybody wants to try it. I think it's ready. If I catch anything, I'll like unpublish it here. Okay. Okay. This version is now up. So this should auto update now for everybody on the desktop version at least. Okay. Alright, I'm getting distracted by all these new toys. I need to just concentrate and actually paint. So the main idea of this picture is probably this triangular like teardrop shape. So let me just get that out of the way before I lose my bearings. So yeah, triangle. I think one issue here is that my image border, my image ratio is not the same as that image. So everything is like stretching it out in my brain a little bit. Let me try adjusting a little bit. I think it's more like that, possibly. there's some other stuff too in this version I'm forgetting probably. Oh yeah, um, Devin Corwin had a whole list of things he wanted, and so yeah, the canvas background color can be set. You can export now. When you save something, you can save it with the transparent background or without the transparent background. So if that's turned off, then you'll get the actual canvas color that you set in the image. What else? There's some options in here, right? Auto size new page. The zooming ratio has been polished a little bit. So when you have a smaller UI size, the zoom ratio, the like when you, I don't know how to explain it, but it automatically sizes your canvas depending on how big your interface is, basically. And before it wasn't really taking the interface size into consideration, and now it does. So that's nice. Okay, how can we make this picture as simple as possible? Maybe I can try the same triangle strategy as before. Just look for triangles. I'm not drawing the eyes here. I'm trying to draw the area, that darkish area around the eye, like all the way down to here, and trying to enclose that entire area. So maybe like that. I'm trying to blur it a little bit because this stuff is all kind of soft. This is kind of tricky this way because you're sort of looking for soft shapes. It's hard to find the borders of these kind of soft shapes, but I'll try. Like, it's much easier to draw something with sharp, defined lines everywhere than trying to search for these ambiguous lines. And even around the eyes, there's just lots of different shades going on. It's not just like a straight transition from the eyeball to the skin. It's like a sort of a gradient. think I should probably zoom out if I'm trying to simplify. Yeah, maybe we can do the fur as just basically two different tones. This weird yellow. I kind of like this weird yellow though. It's sort of interesting looking. I feel like I'm missing something here. I think maybe I'm missing the fact that the nose is the nose right in the middle? I feel like the nose is a little bit to the left of the eyes. Or is it to the right? Shit. This is freaking me out. Okay. Hello, Hubert. Hi, Reza. Hello. Why do you ask? I'm curious. Are you working on a bunch of projects at the same time? Because I do get that question a lot. I'm always wondering why. I'm curious why the question comes up a lot. But anyway, I'll say that I'm really trying hard to focus only on heavy paint for the past like couple years actually. Every once in a while I will go onto a freelance project if I really want to do it, or I really want to work with whoever it is that wants to do a project. So there's only been a handful of things that I've of freelance things that I've worked on recently. So I'm trying to do less and less of that if possible. Because, I mean, this project actually takes a ton of work and it takes a lot of focus, and I find it's this weird thing now whenever I am not working on it, I kind of get antsy about it because there's all this stuff that I want to do to it, and when I'm not working on it, I feel like, you know, I need to get back to it as soon as possible. So it's actually pretty it can get kind of stressful if I'm away from this project for too long. I go a little crazy. So yeah, I try to just work on this, focus on this, and because honestly this is the project that gives me the most satisfaction. It's not the most money, but it is very fun to work on, and I feel like I'm learning a lot and enjoying it, and I see other people enjoying it too. So I really try to prioritize this, and I've turned down a lot of nice things to work on this, but I don't regret it at all. I'm very happy and satisfied working on this thing. I'm very satisfied drawing memes of dogs and stupid stuff. I guess it doesn't take much to keep me happy. I just wanted to know if you're chasing your 3D career, because I know you can go places with it. Yeah, I guess not exactly. Yeah, trying to just focus on this. But I'm definitely happy to see sort of the explosion that Blender's having now. That's really cool. And I'm glad that a lot of new people are getting into 3D too. Because I think it's not as hard as people think it is, and it's really useful. Or maybe I shouldn't say hard, but maybe not as tedious as people think. Like, or not as boring as people think. It's actually pretty fun if you get into it. Hey, Charlie. What's that? Yeah, I'm testing out Pixel. I saw somebody was making a pixel art game with HEAVYPAINT. And he had a bug and sent it to me, but it's all fixed now. I'm excited to see how it comes out. He was making like giant texture sheets with all these little intricate drawings of plants and ruins and shops and items and stuff. think my paintings come out better if I don't use smudge or blur. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out how those tools really work. Hey Bradley, I was just thinking about you actually with the layers visibility thing you were talking about the other day. I was literally just thinking, like right now, thinking about, because I think what you were suggesting was to put the visibility control directly onto the layer thumb, right? But I'm not sure, because you click on it to get pop up. I feel like there's not enough space for having a separate button there, and it would be, I feel, tricky to hit on with a finger on mobile. But aside from that, I've tried to make the interface better by having an icon that pops up on invisible layers. So I mean, I don't know if that helps, but at least it has an icon there. Probably could be bigger. But oh, thanks, Charlie. I got lucky on that one. Or I don't know. Maybe that's not what you were suggesting. What were you suggesting for layer visibility? Oh, also guys, smudge tool has been adjusted a little bit. So before it was a fill stretch type tool, and now it's just a draw type. So my thinking with that is that hopefully it'll be a little more straightforward for somebody who's new. I'm trying to resize this. Oh. Oh, fuck. Okay, this extend border option I forgot to turn off, so turn that off. There we go. Hey, not bad. And also now the smudge, the blur works with pressure. So less pressure will be more gentle, and then high pressure will blur the crap out of it. And right now it's using this gradient texture. So you can sort of use this little angle to adjust it. I gotta use it sparingly though. You know? Sparingly. What a good word that is. Sparingly. So I definitely don't like what happens if I end up smudging the entire canvas. Usually looks pretty bad. So let me try, I'll try to just save it for the parts that really need it. Also, these tools, I think they sort of look better at higher res. Let me try going way higher. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and ignore everything I just said and just go smudge everything. I'm gonna go ahead and smudge that. I mean, it is pretty. Ugh. See, that already looks weird. It looks like bad, like bad makeup or something. Ugh. I'm ruining it. I'm ruining it. Guys, please stop me from ruining this. Show, then hide quickly. Well, what about, does H work? No, it doesn't. What if there was a hotkey for it, Bradley? Would that be okay? Because I feel like maybe on desktop having an icon here for visibility would work, but also these thumbnails are so tiny that, and I want them to be tiny because I hate when the layers like takes up the whole interface and you can't see anything else. So I feel like the real estate is kind of cramped for having multiple buttons on this. Eyes must be sadder. Yeah, I think so. I don't like this blur that I did though. I have to go back over it. Wait, so this is the desktop version? Yeah, this is Windows. Wait, did you think this was only on mobile? Because it's not. It's on everything. It's even on BlackBerry. I don't know if you guys remember BlackBerry. You can also get it on Tamagotchi if you have one of those. Yeah, check the website. HEAVYPAINT.com, guys. That's the website that I spent $2,000 on. Please look at it. Please look at it. I mean, I spent that much just to buy the domain. It was like, oh my god. I think I talked about that on a stream where I was just complaining the whole time. But let me just say that it's painful. People sit on domains and don't use them, and they charge you a lot of money when you want the domain. Try to blur out the edges. Do the keyboard shortcuts work on iOS? You know, I was trying to get it to work. I'm not sure if they do. And I don't know why, because you should be able to just use it with a Bluetooth keyboard, but it might be that the engine I'm using doesn't work with keyboard. I'm not sure. I would say try it. I don't know. Oh shit, V does work, guys. I totally forgot there is a hotkey for it. Problem solved. V. By the way, there's hotkeys here, guys. If you go show hotkeys. Of course I didn't put the V hotkey there, damn it. But all these other ones should work. So, like arrows, you can use left and right arrow to rearrange your layer up and down is select. L is select layer under your mouse. That one's pretty useful. I need to add that to the hotkeys list. Oh my god, my notes are so confusing. I don't even know what page I'm on. Any other hotkeys you guys need? Although I'm kind of wary of adding too many, but while we're here, I guess. Keyboard doesn't work on iPad. Yeah, I don't understand why, because like it's the code is not any different on iPad, so in terms of keys, so it must not be receiving any key events for some reason. I have to check with the Godot engine people and see. Maybe it's just not implemented yet in the engine. Did I screw up smudge? Oh shit. I think I screwed up something with smudge. You're gonna have to check into that. Work on a fancy background painting? Yeah. That's what I do at work though. I don't wanna I can't, like, I am so impatient when it comes to painting that I don't think I can even do a multi-day painting on my own. I have to be forced to do that kind of a painting. I think I'm just lazy. What would I do if I wasn't an artist? I would do this. This is what I would do. Honestly, I'm really loving the programming lately. It's really fun. I think it's my engineer side finally coming out. Whew. And I think painting just stroke by stroke like this without the blur and stuff really always comes out better for me. Those tools are dangerous. How difficult is creating a painting app? I would say it's pretty hard. It's easy to get the basics down of just drawing a shape or drawing a line or whatever, but the hard part is all the little tiny things, all the little details, polish, UI. I would say UI is like 90% of the work. At least in my case. I think part of it is also because the engine I'm using is not really designed to make an app. So a lot of like regular app stuff, like for example a scroll bar or just scrolling is a huge pain in the ass to do. Whereas it probably would be like already built in if you were using something that's designed for apps. So yeah, I guess it depends on what you're using to build it too. But on the other hand, what I'm using is a game engine technically, which means that it has a lot of cool graphical stuff you can do. Like this smudge and the blur and everything are because of the game engine and that it uses a GPU, so it's really fast for that kind of stuff. Hey, chalkboard guy, thank you. Happy to hear that. You using it on projects and stuff? Is there an equivalent on Android? There is, but I don't think we have access to that folder. Unfortunately, at least I don't know how to get access to that folder. I think it's like hidden from the user by Android OS. So I don't know. that might actually be changing soon in the future. I think the next few Android OS updates will be switching to what's called scoped storage, which is sort of like how iPad or iOS works, where each app has its own little like sandbox folder where it can do stuff inside that folder, but it can't like interact with other folders outside of its own. So probably, yeah. I mean, I really hate that way because you can't like save pictures to your pictures folder with scope storage, but whatever. Android's copying iOS now. I really wish it was going the other way around, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to that update because I don't know what to do even, because people are going to be like, hey, I can't access my pictures folder anymore. What the hell did your app do? And I'm going to have to be like, it's not me, it's not my fault, it's blah blah blah. But I'm going to have to explain that like 1,000 times to. It's such a pain. Why would they do that? I had a good plan to sync my sketchbook and tools between phone and PC via syncing. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. That would be really nice. Other option is to possibly make exporting from HP, like, you know those pop-ups where it says share to Dropbox, share to Instagram or whatever, something like that would be nice. So then you could just save directly to your Dropbox at least, or your Google Drive. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that eventually. Gallery view of files be possible? Yeah, that's the issue, is that the project files don't store the actual image. They only store the points data. But what maybe could be possible is gallery view of PNGs. So if you save images, then those could be visible, but the project files don't have any image in them. I tried with the image and it would be ginormous, like the file size would just be ridiculous. Although maybe it's possible to, like, the thumbnail needs to be resized, though I haven't figured out how to do that. It's a nice thing. It would be a nice thing. It's just a bit complicated. It'll probably happen eventually. I've been liking these kind of geometric looking portraits I've been seeing lately from, like, Zoe Frank and Nicholas Uribe and Juan RVIZ, all these guys. And also Benjamin Bjorklund too does the very geometric, simplified shapes. Been trying to work on that. It's really fun to try to find those shapes, I guess. Or I guess the way I've been thinking about it is like snapping. So you just get your drawing and snap it to straight angles sometimes. Maybe like that. I don't know. Still figuring it out. Well, at least with the neck we can do it pretty easily. Hello, Juan. Okay. Maybe can work on the eye a little bit. Get the true wetness. So for wetness, I guess we just need a little bit more highlights. And then also, I think there's a little wetness there. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what makes it look like he's tearing up a little bit, is like the wetness at the bottom of the eyelid. You can definitely see it over here. You have to be really careful with these like secondary, these darker highlights on the eye, because it's very easy to go way too bright on those secondary highlights, because your brain is like, oh yeah, that's a highlight, I'm gonna put a highlight there, but it's really not that bright. Like if we look at this highlight here, it's like a number 3 out of 10 value, right? Same over here. This is the only one that's really bright, and this is still like number 7, right? Whereas mine is, let's see, does that look right? Well, the color is definitely off, but in terms of value, I think the value's pretty much good. The underlying structure is not vector based. No, it is points based. It's, yeah, you can consider it more like vector than raster. It's not storing any pixels. It's only storing points of the curves, and it stores all the curves. color data is stored in the points? Yes, it is. Could you export to vector format like SVG? Maybe. I'm not sure. Well, not all the information would be able to be stored in SVG, I think, because each point also has size and rotation and opacity. There's a lot of extra info. I don't think SVG can handle all of it. But I think you could probably at least export the position and maybe the color of the stroke. Or I mean like the points positions and the stroke colors. That would be a lot of work though, because there's a lot of conversion that happens to the points to make them into the different tools. So, because all the different tool types behave pretty differently, like rectangle versus line versus fill stretch. They all have like different rules to them. So an SVG exporter would have to like recreate all those rules and convert them all to SVG. Another issue I could see happening with SVG is that the SVG it would create would I think be extremely heavy. Like you wouldn't be able to run it smoothly in any program, I feel like, because it's just too many points. There's like hundreds of thousands of points. So I imagine the SVG would not be super useful. Depth? Are you doing like photo studies or something? What are you working on? Portraits. Well, one thing I like to do is zoom out. If I'm getting lost, just zoom out. Make your painting like this big, and also make your reference picture that big, and try to do it like that. You probably have a nicer result that way. Because when you're too close, you can't really tell what's going on. And if you can find a low-res photo or a photo that doesn't have that much detail, that's even better. Or a black and white photo. And also use a bigger tool size. Like when you're out here painting like this size, here, let me show you quickly how this would go. Just get a really thick one, and paint it like toddler style. This really big brush. I probably should have started mine like this. And then when you put in your values, it's going to be easier because you don't have to worry about as much. I'm probably going to end up liking this one more than my actual painting. That's what always happens. This one's off. Looks like an alien. Another thing you can do is just put in your light side and your dark side, and then, you know, it looks really horrible here, but you just got to get your middle value now and put that one in. And then it looks slightly less horrible. Keep doing that. I think I'm gonna have to include this one in the post too. I think I really like this drawing. It's kind of goofy. And then basically the more you touch this, the worse it's going to get, probably. You start to lose interest in the sketch already, the more you work on it. preference for starting with highlights or shadows first, I like to start with the middle tone first, and then work outwards from there. I think that's easier. I was talking about this with Devin last time also, that I think we are a lot better at when a person has to divide something or to judge something, we're good at judging the middle. We're the best at judging like the center of something, I think, versus how do we say it? Like, if you're gonna slice a loaf of bread into 16 slices, you know, let's say this is a loaf of bread, and you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's very difficult for a human being to do that perfectly, starting from left to right. I mean, going in a scale from 0 to 10 or 0 to 16 and hitting each one of these perfectly. What a much easier and more accurate way is to divide it in half first. So we say that's 1/2, 1/2. That's 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/8, and then okay, this is 16, and this is pretty accurate. I mean, this is pretty accurate for a person, right? So that's how you try to do your values too. You don't try to creep up from lowest value up to the highest value, or highest value down to the lowest. Maybe you can try to divide it into halves. So you say like, this is the light half, this is the dark half, and then inside of the light half, this is the, you know, quarter and the other quarter, and then inside the dark area there's another quarter and another quarter, and you just keep dividing in half and half and half to get where you need to go. I think is maybe easier. Not sure. That's the current theory. I don't know if that makes any sense. Oh, wow. I like this drawing more. I think I'm going to put both of these in. Painting. Oh yeah, that reminds me, guys. I should probably announce that I'm going to be doing a heavy paint workshop with Rad How To School, and in August, I think August 31st. So we're gonna probably start to announce it more officially soon, but yeah, I'm excited to do that. Get heavy paint in front of some more people. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty affordable though. So I'll probably have more info on it later, but it's gonna be with radhowtoschool.com. I think Rad he just stumbled across the app and he was excited about it, so he asked me to do a workshop on it. But it'll be fun. I haven't actually done much. Have I? I used to do the morning guts, and I used to teach design and drawing, but I've never actually taught painting. No, I'm lying. I've done little painting workshops before, but never. Yeah, I haven't done as much painting teaching as other stuff, I guess. I feel like painting would be fun to teach though, because it seems more, at least for this kind of style that we're doing, it's pretty objective. You're just like trying to realistically paint whatever, or maybe stylize it a bit, but it's there are lots of guidelines and structure that you can follow, whereas design is more like it's just this nebulous cloud, and it's really difficult to pin it down. I think painting is a lot more like it's a thing that you can grasp. Yeah, I like the little drawing more. Definitely. Thanks, Thomas. Yep, I think it will be fun. Alright, I think this thing is getting there. It kind of has like the awkward school photo feeling to it, which I love. I don't know what this is, like a dream version of the dog, like this is the dog's ghost behind him. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Give him art. Oh man, that would be too freaky. You have any dream project in the future? This is my dream project. Heavy paint. I got it right here. Honestly, this is the only thing I want to work on right now. And I love working on it. Oh. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this one. I think this is a great success today. Hope you guys also enjoyed today. I'm gonna, oh, we forgot the whiskers. One second. I'm gonna get some whisker action. For whiskers, I like to use distance for size so that it kind of tapers out like that, like that. I'm gonna go really small. And as far as coding, yeah, I'm doing it. This is my baby. I don't have enough money to hire anybody, although that would be nice in the future sometime. But honestly, I'm just really enjoying, working on it myself. I'm very particular about everything, so who knows? Maybe it's nicer to just do it by yourself. I don't know. I've never Um, I mean, I'm pretty new to programming in general, so I haven't really done any team projects with programming. Excuse me. Oh God, not this song right now. God. You guys remember this one? Okay, I'll spare you for now. Well, thanks, Eyes8. Yeah, I appreciate that. You guys, the kind words kind of helps me keep going. Okay, well, I think this is it for this painting. I'm very happy with this one. I feel like this could definitely go into a museum someday, right? So mission accomplished. I'm gonna fix, I think I might have screwed something up with smudge, so I'm gonna look into that because I feel like it's behaving a little bit weird. Is smudge, what the hell did I do to smudge? Ugh. Anyway, it's acting a little bit strange, I think. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna publish this as soon as possible.